Hi Casey, my name is Carie, and I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to submit this video to you. I've gotten so much out of your the videos that you've posted and the talks that you've given, and I just really want to thank you, and I really appreciate the opportunity as well to submit this video to you. I think that had this soiree and Women's Thought Leadership opportunity, this workshop, if it had come along a year ago, well, in fact, I know for a fact that if it had come along a year ago, I would have been the first person to sign up. Absolutely. I've already gotten so much from you, and so that's why, again, I wanted to say thank you, because you're an inspiration, truly. You're the kind of person, yours is the kind of message that I can relate to, and the kind of message that I want to get out, which is one that is authentic and beneficial. You are truly at the service of others. So my story is that at the age of 12, my mother abandoned me, as well as my brother and sister. I've struggled throughout my life with feeling good enough. What do I need to do? Who do I need to be good enough for people to stay in my life, for me to be important enough for people to stay in my life? Not surprising, I have had some issues with an eating disorder, as well as depression and anxiety. For about a year or so, I had anxiety attacks, panic attacks every day. It's not so much that I want to tell people about what happened to me, but to help it prevent it from happening to anybody else. We're all going to make wrong turns, and we're all going to have down times. We're all going to probably go through periods of depression. My entire life, my mantra has been to not go through something for nothing, meaning that if a lesson can be learned, or if I can become better, stronger from having been through something, then that's the purpose. That's why God would allow these things to happen to us, right? So I considered myself in some strange way to be fortunate, because I had that experience and I was able to grow from it and learn from it, and I used it as fuel to be better. We shouldn't feel like we're doing it by ourselves. And so my struggle has been to focus my message in a way that I can help people, not just when they're down, but when they're still up, to build a fortress around themselves and a support system, so that when they do fall, they have somebody to fall into, or some support system to fall into. And that was really my idea when I started the Sisterhood of Greatness project back in 2007. Problem with that project was that I didn't know what I was doing, and ironically enough, life got in the way. I did not have that support system. I had not done the work myself. So in the time since then, with the panic attacks and subsequent experiences that came through that, I realized that what was missing, the missing piece, and the reason why I ended up where I did, was because I wasn't willing to do the healing, because I wasn't willing to go into the pain. And Casey, I believe that until we're all ready to do that, until we as a culture make that okay and make that the norm, then we're going to continue to see eating disorders and depression and anxiety, and we're going to continue to see marriages fall apart and mothers leaving their children. It's hard to say this, but I know it in my gut that all of these pains around us, they really come from a wounded core. And if we could just find a way to get people to trust, to go to that core, to go to that pain and heal it, our lives could be so much different. Our culture could be so much different. So how can this soiree and how can your program help me? Well, if you haven't been able to tell already, I tend to be a little bit scattered. It's really hard for me to focus my message. And that, I believe, is probably the number one reason why I have not successfully put my message out there. Because it seems inconsistent. It seems as though I'm all over the place. But what I really want to say, that main message that I really want to get across, it's always the same. I just struggle with how to say it. I don't have anything to sell. I don't have anything tangible. I just have this passion. I have this burning need in my soul that won't let me rest, because I have to get this out. And I know that with your leadership and with your skills, I could get my message concise and consistent. And from there, I could finally finish the 2 books that I've started. I could finally finish any of those projects and programs that I've started developing. I admit, I do feel scattered. I do feel as though my passions radiate rather than laser beam. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, but it's very hard to convey. So if you and I were to have the opportunity to work together, I know that something really amazing and really beneficial would come out of it. Thank you so much, Casey. Again, you are an inspiration, and I wish you nothing but the very best.